Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Greg. I'm going to go over people have some questions about this parallel channel that I have on my chart. They're like, Greg, why is it not at the top? It's because it's a more conservative channel. And what we could do is I'm going to go over, show you guys some data about the parallel channels. And they can work with these parallel channels. Now, this is going off the estimate if this is a like this from here, a wave 1, 2, up for a 3, and it's going down for a 4. There's going to be some debate whether this is a 4 because of the depth of it. But if you take a retracement on that whole length of wave 3, right now that wave 4 on logarithmic scales at 0.382 right now, which is acceptable for a wave 4, and wave 4s can go down 10% of the time. They will go down to 50%, which would be $15,000 or 15,000 for Bitcoin. The alternative that other people use are calling it a wave 2. Okay, they're saying that that's done and this isn't a wave 2. Personally, if this is a wave 2, you're probably going to want to see at least probably 15,000 and then maybe even deeper to these levels if you believe that this is a wave 2 that we're in. Now, the reason I'm going to say that we're not in a wave 2 is based on what's going on at the macro environment, okay? So let me explain. Right now, in the macro environment, the Fed started to raise interest rates, okay? Now, it's not going to kick in excessively, and they're going to continue to do it, it sounds like, and they want to raise it up, I think, to 3.4, 3.5% going into next year. With everything that's going on the macro environment, and depending on oil, that Bitcoin could do this, in my opinion. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up for a 5, okay? What Bitcoin can do is that. Now, to me, it seems more reasonable that Bitcoin will be able to make this move in the environment that we're in at the macro level like this, whether now if it goes 69 or 70, could be a truncated fifth. And then after that period of time, this will be the crash, in my opinion, where people are talking about a recession and everything. We're in the beginning of it, and it's just going to continue probably to progress worse unless there's some serious macro environments that drastically change over a period of time. So that's why I think that the probability of this move with Bitcoin is higher right here, and then have that. So now people are going with the theory that this is already complete, okay? And it came down for, that's the 5. And then this is just coming down, way down here to the 12,000. And that's sort of because of everything that's going on in the macro environment. It's already taken effect with the inflation and what the Federal Reserve is doing right now with interest rates. We will see. We will see. I'm still going with the evidence pointing more towards a 4th wave. It's coming down to complete correction going up. Now, the deal with the parallel channels, I'm trying to make this as brief as possible for you guys, because I know it's probably might be a little bit too technical. With the parallel channels, is some are asking, like, Greg, why is it not all the way up there? Well, let's go look at the evidence. Here's channeling. And you can use a parallel channel to mark the upper and lower boundaries of impulse waves. Okay, when wave 3 ends, you can connect wave 1 and 3 and place a parallel line through 2. So in this instance, if we go back to Bitcoin, you can go all the way up to wave and change your channel where it's like that and connect it with wave 2. So the top of wave 3 like that, and I can move the channel like so, and up to this top of there, and have that channel like so, guys. You can't do that. That's what that information is telling me. And now it's come out of the channel. So for the Moon Boys, this will forecast the end of wave 5. It's talking about the end of wave 5. We go back to this, go back to right here and forecasting the end of wave 5. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's not going to work, in my opinion. So it's coming down here and it's just not making sense anymore. So that's why I'm taking the channel and using it as the end of a wave 1 channel rather than like so, and putting the channel like so. There's an alternative method The alternative method for projecting the end of wave 5. If wave 3 is already strong and vertical, wave 4 is sideways, connect 2 and 4 and draw a parallel line into it. Okay, so I don't really have that right yet. So I'm just making an estimate right now. Okay, so I'm using wave 1, 2, and then possibly where an end of the wave 4 can go. Where that will be, nobody knows yet. Like I said, it's going to depend on this, in my opinion. So I just want to let you guys know that. That's why I have it like that. It's not, it just including this up here, it's not going to make sense at all. So, and then it comes down here, and then you can maybe get some sort of projection on Bitcoin or where it can go. More than likely, in my opinion, somewhere in this area is going to be the projection for Bitcoin. So like this, 1, 2, this is the third wave, down for a fourth, and then start looking for it. And this area, generally speaking, is where I'd be looking for it, and then maybe a little bit higher. It's just going to depend on the bullishness. Now, right here, guys, is going to be very, very, I could say a situation when Bitcoin does this, it's going to be, in my opinion, very important to make sure what I will be doing is I will be out of everything. I will be exiting out of Bitcoin and any cryptos that I have when this is going to be going up. Okay. And I will probably exit the majority of it earlier than expected too. I will be out because this right here is going to be, you think this is bad, this is going to be worse, in my opinion. All right, guys, I wanted to add in some information here on this, what I was talking about projecting where Bitcoin's going to go based on the macro environment. So people are calling this a wave 2. And so I'm going to do this again. They're calling that a wave 2. Okay. So, and it completed right there. So what that means is that this is coming down for a correction in a wave 2 like this, guys. All right. And a wave 2 is going to come down, and then it's going to be going up aggressively in a wave 3 like that. If this is the case, then yes, this is going to be going ballistic because now Bitcoin's in a wave 3. But to me, that doesn't make sense based on the macro environment that's going on right now with the Fed, the interest rates, the coming possible recession and things. So it doesn't make sense for it to come down and then be blasting up in a wave 3. I'm not saying that it can't do it. It could. The probability, in my opinion, is lower. All right, now on to the next thing is what I wanted to talk about is the wave count down here. I'm not going to go into the micro environment of the wave count because right now it is, in my opinion, such a mess. It's very difficult to figure out what is going on through here, and doing that, to me, I think it's just, in my opinion, a waste of effort. It's obviously an impulse wave coming down here. This area have that line, that's the 0.382 where it's hanging out right now. And could it go down? It could. I think the important part is just looking at Fibonacci levels and support and resistance at this point rather than concentrating on wave counts. Trying to estimate where this is going to end based on wave counts, I think right now is probably a pretty futile attempt at anything. I think it's going to be more important on the macro environment with oil and other commodities if they start trending down. It's just my personal take on it. So I'm not going to focus too much on that. I'm just looking at what is the and where is the Fibonacci level support and resistant areas, like right here a little bit. And then, you know, if the wave 4 can still be okay as long as it doesn't breach the top of wave 1 over there. So I will say it's getting a little concerning about the depth of this wave 4, but like I said, it's still within the 0.382 of Fibonacci on the logarithmic scale. So it's not doing anything extreme yet. Just want to let you guys know that that's what I'm looking at as far as Bitcoin and the parallel channeling. And I want to go over a couple of things too with the right look and wave personality. You know, if we go through the wave personality and just studying the waves, you can see fourth waves unfold as a 3 and are predictable in depth and form due to alternation from the second wave. They are very likely sideways affairs are building a base for the final 5th wave. They are accompanied by a surprising disappointment because of the advance did not continue. That sounds typical of fourth waves. So that's where I think that we are. But if you go to the second waves, they unfold as a three of correction fashion, usually deeply retrace wave one. So in the Bitcoin chart, you can see this one was extremely deep, almost 90% of that wave. The masses are convinced the old trend is still in force. Pessimism is even worse than that of the origin of wave one. You know, here we go again type mentality. Wave twos end up exhibiting low volume volatility with sentiment, the put call ratio at its lows. Wave twos provide a greater trading opportunity. That's where I like to entering in on wave twos. So in this instance, what they're saying is instead of getting in right here, you just let that go up, resist your urge or FOMO, and you come over here because now you know the trend has changed. Now you know, okay, second wave, and then you can ride that wave up. That's what they're saying right there. And then we're going into a fifth wave. Fifth waves unfold as a 5 and are less dynamic than wave 3s, unless the wave 5 is an extension. Volume is less than wave 3, but optimism and pessimism is at its highest. That's going to be, if we go into a fifth wave right here, guys, that is going to be going on with Bitcoin. I can guarantee you that. Although fundamentals aren't as good. Wave 5s are typically accompanied by MACD divergence. That's why I show you guys, you got MACD divergence or RSI divergence. FYI, wave 5s in commodities, here's the interesting thing. Wave 5s in commodities, Bitcoin's more like a commodity rather than the traditional assets, are stronger than wave 3s and are driven by fear. You see that? Just want to let you guys know that. FYI, trying to put a reasonable technical analysis, what I'm looking at with Bitcoin and the charts and things that I'm kind of looking for with Bitcoin completing this correction, forming a bottom at some point in this area, and then a possibility of this fifth wave right here. And there is some more data that I wanted to show you guys. This is the Bitcoin dollar longs on the Bitfinex, the 3-day chart. And this is interesting data. If you want to take a look at this, I'm going to show you guys something. So it's at a very high peak. It's just blasted up, way up there. Look at the this RSI on that, guys. It's at 90, 95, the highest it's ever been. But if you correlate this, let's take a look. Here's a high peak on 24 July. So July of 21. If you go to the Bitcoin chart, July of 21, where is that? Right there. Okay. Go back to Bitcoin longs. Here is a bottom on Bitcoin longs down here. 25 January 21. Where's 25 January? Right in this area. Look at that. They are looking at some data probably. That's the third wave peak. And that's when the lowest the longs were. Come back over here, a peak. These are two peaks, February of 20 on the longs. Let's go to February of 20. Right in this area. So they went long, boom. You see the correlation between this chart? So what's it telling us? We have massive longs right now, the highest they've ever been. Boom. FYI. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.